Last night, Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. It's horrible to see, but there's a reason as to why these things happen. You know, a lot of people would just say, "Oh, you know, it's just
the
part
good
of the
Lord
game.
above put me
These
on this
things
earth
happen."
to destroy
No,
everything
there's a
Goda,
very
and that's
specific
what we're going to
reason
do.
as to
This
why
isn't
somebody
Mr.
would
Goda
tear their
Matt in
Achilles.
Mai's first run, and it won't
So
be the
here we
last
have
because I don't
Jason
have a
Tatum
fragile ego that has to
deadlifting.
attach
Now,
to a
if you
superior
want to
training
become a
method, so I have
better
to call
athlete,
myself
you want
Goda
to become a
Colby.
better mover,
We're going to get
you
right
should
into
not
it.
be
If Goda
deadlifting.
was so
It's horrible
superior,
for the muscular
why aren't you guys
skeleton.
proactively
Whether it's trap bar
going
deadlift
and
or
saying,
regular
this
deadlift,
athlete,
doesn't
this
matter.
athlete, this athlete
It
are going
locks
to
up the
hurt
entire
themselves
body.
and have a
Starting
track
with the
record
feet,
to prove
we
it?
can see here
No,
that he has crooked
what
feet.
you're going to do is
He has a lot of
reactively
pressure
wait till
in
the
heel,
best athletes
which
in the
then that
world get
locks up the
injured
ankle,
and say,
preventing it from
just because you're
rotating, and then
deadlifting
therefore
and you
locks
didn't
up
have X,
the
Y, and
rest of the
Z,
body.
and you weren't
We
doing
can also
Goda,
see his
that's
knees
why you
are
got
very
hurt.
unstable
And guess
as
what
well.
you don't have?
And so
you don't have
when you
context. You don't
train
know the
that pressure
athlete's
to
goals.
go
You have no
into the
context
heel
on the
instead
minutes
of on the
played.
balls
You
of
have
the
no
feet,
context on their
that's
injury
what he's
history,
going to get
their
all the
biological
focus.
makeup,
Training that
what
into
they're
his
trying to
nervous
achieve,
system.
what
So when
year
he goes
they're
to
at in their
move
career,
on the court,
anything.
he's going to
And you're
go
just
inside
going to
ankle
try
bone low,
to
that
pick
heel's going
apart
to
a
drop,
coach's philosophy,
and then he's going to
having
have the
them do
disharmony
deadlifts
between
and
the
saying,
foot
that
and the
is
shin,
the reason why
which
you
causes
tore your
the
stuff up.
Achilles
That is
tear.
ridiculous. I gotta find
So
some
the
room here,
answer
'cause then he
on
tells you
what
to
to
do
do
this.
is to train Goda,
Get
whether
inside
you're
ankle
an
bone high,
athlete
sit
or
on
whether
your
you're
legs and
just
just
a
stretch
normal
out.
person
Do
who
a
wants to
little
feel
pitch
better
stretch
and
here.
get healthier
You
and
won't
get
tear
out
your
of pain.
Achilles.
The answer
No
is
shit,
to train
because you're
Goda.
riding the pine.
And I
You
offer
won't be
free
able to play
initial
the sport because
assessments,
you're
and if you
terrible.
want to move
And
forward
guess
after
what?
that, we can
Doing
start the
this,
one-on-one.
sitting on your hands and knees, doing a stretch isn't going to do anything because there's no velocity, there's no load, there's no intensity, there's no volume. How are you supposed to improve? And then he makes the bold statement. He should have been doing Goda. Guys, do you understand how immature, how unreal it is to go and just say, man, this is why you did this, because you didn't train with me? That is bonkers. If Goda was so great, you guys would proactively do this. Go proactively do it. Find a track record. Because it absolutely blows my mind. You can go on professional coaches when you probably rode the pine on a freshman football team and say, this is the reason, with zero context, not knowing anything about the athlete, anything about the training cycle, anything about the goals of the athlete, and saying, this is the reason. That is BS. And guess what? I agree with inside ankle bone high and toes forward to an extent. Toes forward runs the world. It absolutely runs the world in any athletic endeavor. But to say that it's so black and white, that there's no other factors, and it's just because you weren't doing Goda, that is bonkers. Have you Goda people really understood that you guys haven't had any growth for like 5 years? You know the reason? Because you have no results. You have no track record to show that this wild philosophy is improving anybody at all. We'll keep to training elite high school, middle school, college athletes. You guys can keep to your air humps on the ground with inside ankle bone high and riding the pine. Absolutely freaking ridiculous.